So let's get started. I've read your proposals and I understand you're looking for unbranded clothing in a variety of styles,
That's right.
meaning t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, zip-up tops and long-sleeve tees, right?
Correct.
All right. So my first question is, what kind of volumes are we looking at?
Well, we're a reseller, so we rebrand the clothing and sell it on to retailers. We can potentially move quite a lot of product, but I suggest starting small and scaling up later. We're thinking of starting around 500 to 1500 units per SKU, with more in popular sizes and colors.
And that would be per month, or
We'd prefer to keep things flexible to begin with.
what do you have in mind exactly? I'm not against flexibility, but logistics require a certain amount of forward planning.
Of course. Let me ask you something. What's the situation regarding production and delivery? How long does it take you to process orders?
It's not completely fixed, but around 2 weeks. Larger orders can take more time.
That's fine. So here's our situation. We don't have a lot of warehousing space. That means we can't commit to a fixed schedule for deliveries. Instead, we'll have to make orders once our stock level is low enough and we have the space.
That's possible. One thing you should know, we won't be able to offer the lowest prices if we can't be sure of your delivery schedule in advance.
I understand.
And for one product category, for example short sleeve t-shirts, how many variations of size and colour do you need?
We need all the common sizes, from extra small to double XL, each in 16 colors. Okay, so if we're ordering around 100,000 units at one time, what kind of per unit pricing can you offer?
That depends if you can commit to a regular delivery schedule or not. Assuming that you need a flexible schedule, we could offer $6 per unit for tees and tank tops and 15 for hoodies and zip-ups.
If we need higher volumes, would you be able to go lower?
Possibly, but the schedule is more important to us. Supposing you could commit to a minimum monthly volume, we could go down to 550 and 14.
If we commit to a minimum volume over a 6-month period, but with a flexible delivery schedule, could you offer us the same price?
As long as there were some limitations on the delivery timing, I think that would be acceptable. Let's work out the details about delivery and scheduling. For us to make this work at the lower price, we'd need to have monthly deliveries, but we could let you adjust the size of the order to some extent so that you can manage your warehousing space.
I'll come right out and say that's not going to work for us. Flexibility is essential for us. Our whole model is based on just-in-time logistics, so there's no way around this.
Well, in that case, we won't be able to offer you the lower price. I have no problem with flexible deliveries as such, but we can't offer our best prices without a regular commitment on your part.
I'm sorry to be blunt, but this seems a little short-sighted on your part. We're potentially looking to order millions of units each year. Flexible delivery doesn't mean that we won't make our orders regularly. It just means that we need to control the timing and quantities.
I understand completely, but you need to realise that we have our own logistics issues to deal with. If we don't know exactly when and how big an order will be, that creates costs for us. We're not willing to absorb those costs. I feel that if you need this flexibility, then you should be willing to pay for it. I'm sorry, but I have to draw a line here. It's simply too risky for us to give you what you're asking.
It seems like we've reached a bit of an impasse. Shall we take a 5-minute break?
Good idea. Right, I've spoken to a few people and I have a proposal which I hope can make this work for everyone.
Sounds good. What's your idea?
The problem for us is that if you don't maintain a certain monthly volume, we might lose money at the lower prices, which obviously we can't do.
Sure.
So here's my solution. We have an annual contract with a flexible delivery schedule, but with a minimum volume per quarter. At the end of the quarter, if you haven't met the volume requirements, you're liable for the difference in price between your orders and the minimum.
I like the basic idea, but earlier I suggested a 6-month contract, and this sounds like a much worse deal for us.
Well, I want to make this work, but the lower prices only work if we can guarantee orders over a full year. I'll make another offer. You pay $5.75 for tees and tank tops and $14.50 for hoodies and zip-up tops. Then you can have a 6-month contract with minimum volume per quarter.
That's a good offer, but can we have the minimum over the whole period just to have more flexibility?
I can't make more concessions than I already have, I'm afraid. I think this is a good compromise which allows us to move forwards.
I need to call my team to confirm, but I think this should be feasible.
Great. Let's go through the main points. You'll order a minimum of 500,000 units in a 6-month period at a price of $5.75 for short sleeve t-shirts, long sleeve t-shirts and tank tops, and $14.50 for hoodies and zip-up tops.
That's right.
Regarding delivery, orders are flexible, but you commit to giving us 3 weeks' notice for each order.
Yes. We still need to settle the exact details of sizes, colors, and so on.
Of course, but from our point of view, that isn't an issue. Production costs are almost identical.
Okay, so we can work that out later.
There's also the matter of penalties in case you don't meet your minimum volume over the course of the contract.
I thought we agreed that we would simply pay the unit cost for the shortfall.
Yes, but which unit cost? We need to agree separate minimums for the t-shirts and tank tops and for the heavier items.
True, but I don't see that being a problem.
No, me neither. So we'll put this in writing and send you a provisional agreement within the next few days. If everything looks okay, we can work on getting a contract drawn up.
Perfect.